Happy New Year, boys and girls. Those of you who are watching this when it first came out on New Year's Day anyway. Happy New Year. Obviously, even if you're watching it in June. Why do I always say June? Even if you're watching it in June, I hope you're enjoying 2019. I've not experienced it yet. Let me know how it's going. I'm intrigued. Hello and welcome to part 20 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a game against Buxton in the Northern Premier League and then an FA Trophy game at home against Aldershot. Since you were last with me, my word, has it been a lot of fun. We are breaking records. We've had our longest ever unbeaten run, our longest ever winning streak. There's probably other records that are broken as well, but more important than the records are the fact that we've tied down some of our key men to longer term contracts. Mick Powell is now here for another 2.5 seasons on a new contract. Connor Stanley is here until the end of it's like 2 years. Yeah, same long contract for Connor Stanley. Who else has got one? Ben Cottrell has had a contract extension. There's a couple of... John Buckley has had a contract extension. We're tying down all of our stars, all of our best players to not super long contracts, but slightly longer contracts. These are players who should be able to go through at least one, maybe two promotions with us. And a promotion is looking more and more likely. Connor Stanley might go down as being the finest signing in the history of Football Manager. 11 appearances, 7 goals, 2 assists, 2 man of the match, 7.55. What a star Connor Stanley has been so far. 1 red card in there as well. He's as good as Mick Powell. He's as good as Anthony Harris. And we actually found this one, so I can take some credit for him. Talking of Anthony Harris, his contract's up at the end of the season at Shrewsbury. We're absolutely keeping an eye on him. Let's just check. Yeah, contract up at the end of the season. He's earning too much money at the moment, but he's still not scored for them. If we could bring him back in the summer, what a story. He's only 18. What a story that could be if we could bring him back home, even still while he's still a teenager. It would be remarkable. So we're keeping an eye on him, but this is what the Northern Premier League is looking like. It's looking good. We are 5 points clear at the top with a game in hand. If we carry on playing the way we're playing, nobody's catching us. Mick Powell is slowly working his way up the goal scorers charts, although he ain't finishing top scorer this year because this guy, James Marshall at Radcliffe, has already scored 27 goals from 22 appearances. Get scout report. Please be on a non-contract. He's on a youth contract at £5 a week. Oh, imagine the injustice of the universe if we were to rob a youth player from a team. But yeah, he ain't catching up with him. But other than that, it's a respectable goals tally. Yikes. Right, let's play this game against Buxton. It is our game in hand. We can stretch our lead at the top of the league out to 8 games if we win. And like I say, we've been winning for a while now, so hopefully the winning form continues. And we're going with Collins in goal, a back four of Critchlow Noble, Carter, Parry and Davis, with Phillips at the base of the midfield. Has Shane Phillips signed a new contract as well? I think he has. He hasn't yet. We need to get him tied down. We don't want to lose Shane Phillips. In fact, should we try again? I tried to lowball him. We'll get him tied down. It's because I gave so much money to the attacking stars. I haven't got much left for Phillips, but I'm going to try and get him tied down to a new deal. But Phillips at the base of the midfield with Benson and Buckley ahead of him. Mick Powell up top, supported by Cottrell and Stanley. That is a beautiful image to have. All of those players averaging above a 7 for the season. You wouldn't think that we brought a new tactic into play, 8 games into the season? And it's just clicked instantly for a system that's so different to what we were doing before. We were playing a very narrow, high tempo, just non-league system. I can't even describe it. And we're playing so differently and we've just clicked straight. This is what we should have been playing all along, clearly. Right, let's passionately say, keep our run going. That's what we want to do. We want to keep winning matches. I don't know how good Buxton are. Buxton are 3rd in the league, so it's by no means a foregone conclusion, but we've played we've beaten Gainsborough, we've beaten Radcliffe, we've beaten Nantwich, we've beaten we're halfway through the season, we've beaten most of these teams around us now because we've only lost once all season. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We've got a big game against a big team, Aldershot, in the next round of the FA Trophy. We've already knocked out one Conference national team in our FA Trophy run. But it's getting to that point where it's easy for some of these players to get a little bit distracted by the big cup games, and hopefully that doesn't happen today and start to affect our league form. Powell with the shot straight at their keeper, and on just before the half hour mark we've got a corner, and it's Buckley with the corner, doesn't find a home shirt though, and it's eventually cleared. Buxton still haven't had a shot though. Here's Buckley with another free kick, and this time it just kind of skims off the top of the crossbar and goes over. But we've definitely been in full control of this game. We just need to convert that control into a goal now. Cottrell now with the free kick. The ball bounced in the penalty area. If you're a defender and you're letting that ball bounce, you deserve to concede a goal. I don't know who gets the direct blame for that, but you never let it bounce. And we just overloaded that back post after the bounce, and the last man there, Carter, tucks it away. It's his second goal of the season. There's no argument at all of offside there, because these are the guys who are scoring the goal. Powell might have been a smidgen offside when the ball was played, but Powell's nowhere near it and not involved in the goal. And that is massively important, because look at the size of that gap at the top of the league if things end as they are now. And I think we're over the halfway point of the season now. I'm not sure how many teams are in this league. Let's be assertive. We don't want to get complacent. Good stuff. So there's 22 teams. Yeah, so this is the first game in the second half of the season. To go into the second half of the season, 8 points clear would be pretty spectacular for a newly promoted team. The media called it though. Clearly, I just needed to adjust my tactic and sign my wingers. Powell's done brilliantly there and deserved a goal, but he's earned us a corner. Can't really argue with that, but working very hard again, Mick Powell. I like it. Buckley now with the corner. Finds Cottrell. In fact, he doesn't find Cottrell. Cottrell fouls one of the Buxton defenders. They get a free kick, but it's with Buckley again. And how on earth has that goalkeeper kept that out? But Mick Powell working hard again and winning another corner with just hard work. I like this new side of Mick Powell that we're starting to see. Buckley floats it across. Powell can't get on the end of it. And Buxton clear. Only as far as Critchlow Noble though. And again, the highlight just drifts away, and we're not letting them have the ball long enough to create anything. I am a little bit worried that we're still only 1-0 up. We've been so dominant in the game that it would be very easy for us to just concede a goal, come away with a draw, and go, oh, aren't we silly gooses? But we want with the way we've played, we should be 2 or 3 goals up by now. Critchlow Noble in space finds Buckley, who tried the spectacular there, I think, and it didn't really come off. We need to change some things up. Mick Powell's not on a good rating, although we've seen him working hard. He's not really done anything attacking wise. So let's bring Jake Wright on. And who else have we got to bring on? Central midfield, we've got Holme, who's always pretty useful. Adam Levers as well. If the game says Adam Levers, let's go with Adam Levers. I guess actually Levers is the more attacking option, and he's going to give us a little bit more welly in the midfield. Don't always disregard what the game tells you might be the right thing to do. It's not always wrong. And we're still only 1-0 up going into the final 10 minutes. Do we just change the other guy? Bring Helm on? We talked about Helm before. Helm can just come in and do that. We've now got 2 central midfielders in there. 1 on support, 1 on attack. Let's get the ball forward, lads. Shall we show some passion? We'll try that. That's fired everybody up. It's Stanley taking the corner and Wright heads over. We have had so many opportunities in this game. Buxton have not had a shot, and somehow we're only going to come away with a 1-0 win. I mean, a win's a win, but we need to be a lot more prolific in front of goal if we're gonna beat bigger teams like Aldershot, who we're about to play. But yeah, we got away with that, because we did get away with it. We've got to be more deadly in front of goal. Right, let's go and play Aldershot. Just some confirmations where we are breaking records all the time. So 12 games in a row is a new record. That's 12 wins in a row. 17 games unbeaten, also a new record. It's got to come to an end sooner or later. But we are just, ever since we've made the tactical change, we've just looked excellent. We just need Mick Powell to start scoring again. Harris shouldn't still be the all-time leading scorer at this point of the season. I would have expected Powell to have gone past him by now. Right, Aldershot is a big game. Aldershot are 3rd in the National League. So if we can get... We've already knocked Grimsby out, who are 4th in the National League, in fact. So if we can claim the scalps of Grimsby and Aldershot, it really gives us a pretty clear idea of we should be fairly comfortable making it all the way up to the National League, which, if we can keep this team together, will be awesome. Of course, Aldershot could just give us an absolute thumping now and bring us back down to earth a little bit. We've not played well in our last 2 games. A couple of 1-0s. We've not conceded a goal for 5 games, so it's not been that bad. But these kind of little scrappy 1-0 wins, this is what made us change the tactic way back here, because it was getting a little bit boring. We've only won 12 games in a row. We need to lose. I need to sort my head out. And we're not changing the team, obviously, because the team have been brilliant. Although Josh Benson, now fallen below a 7 on his average rating, needs to watch his back a little bit. We've got a couple of decent midfield options ready to step in and take that spot in the team. The only thing that really keeps Benson there is the fact that he is a fully natural box-to-box midfielder, and I love a box-to-box midfielder. But if his form is going to start to drop, then we've got some good talent who can come in and take his place. Right, let's be. I don't want to be passionate. Yeah, we will be passionate. We'll try and keep our run going. It has no impact at all. And let's see how good Aldershot are, I guess. There's players I recognise in the Aldershot team, which is a bit of a worry. So that gives you an idea of just how good they are. And we've just scored a goal. It was disallowed, but it was Levi Potton who scored the own goal. I completely forgot that Levi Potton went to Aldershot. Levi Potton was our star player in episode 1. He was our Football League quality striker who never played for us. He's the reason Anthony Harris made his debut age 16, because he left us in the lurch. This is the first time we're getting to see Levi Potton play. And the first thing he does 3 minutes into the game is put the ball into the net for home, but it's disallowed. How do you get an own goal disallowed for offside? I don't understand. But if Levi Potton wants to get his first goal for home finally, he's still got another hour to find a way to make that happen. But Buckley, some decent running from midfield, but he had options ahead of him, and it's a little bit wasteful having a shot from there when he didn't really need to. But I cannot believe we're getting to play against Levi Potton. And you know what? We don't look out of place against him and his fancy new mates. So should have stayed with us, Levi. Although if you had, one of Harris or Mick Powell never would have got the opportunity to be as good as they have been. So it's probably best you left. But we've not looked out of place in that first half at all. Let's be passionate. Continues to work hard. We could win it, but apparently that's still not enough to motivate anybody. Aldershot haven't had a shot. They've literally got shot in the name of their team, and they've not had one. I've never had a complete 2-match episode where our opponents haven't had a shot on goal, especially when one of those opponents is 2 divisions above us. Imagine if we can shut out the shots. And Mick Powell has got his 17th goal of the season, showing Levi Potton how it's done. Levi, we didn't need you because we had this lad all along. We might not have realised we had him for about 10 months, but he was here, and then he did a Mick Powell. And look at that. Look at it. Levi, look at it with your eyes. Oh, Mick Powell, what a superstar. There's no question about offsides or anything. Stop giving me 8 replays every time something happens. We're attacking again, and it's Mick Powell. It comes off the back of his head, but finds Stanley, to Davis, to Buckley. We don't really have anyone in the middle, although Powell's drifted back into the middle. Critchlow Noble on the left-hand side. Can he cross towards Powell? He can. And what's happened there? John Buckley had 4 attempts at scoring there, and somehow the ball kept coming back to him, and eventually he has stuck it into the back of the net. This is ridiculous, though. It's like he's kicking it into the wall of his garden. 1, 2, and 3, 4 shots from Buckley in quick succession, and he still managed to stick it into the top corner with the 4th one. It is Home 2, Aldershot 0. They still haven't had a shot. We've had 64% possession against a team looking for promotion 2 divisions above us. Now they've had a shot, and of course it's Levi Potton, but it's offside! Imagine the 192 home fans who've travelled, and that is an amazing away turnout, by the way. Oh my word, are they giving Levi Potton some stick for that? I want to be there going, to him, because we all would be. Half the people at this match are home fans. Where have all these fans come from? We don't get this many when we're at home. Right, Jake Wright's going to come on for Cottrell. Oh, I need to calm down a little bit. I've still got a cold. I can't get this excited. I'll end up having a coughing fit. I'm just going to make that one change. I don't want to fiddle too much. We're absolutely dominating them. Why would I fiddle too much? I know I'm Kev, and that's usually why. There you go. They finally had a shot. It is Potton, but it is cleared. It's saved by Collins and then cleared. And we've got 15 minutes left to just try and keep control of the game. Levi Potton is getting more and more into this match as it goes on. And we don't want to give him the satisfaction of grabbing a goal against us. But Davis has missed his header there and then plays it back to Collins. Collins has got it under control and it's with Stanley. Are we going to have a breakaway goal here? A breakaway goal for 3-0 would be delicious. It's Powell. Powell to right in acres of space, but it is taken off him. I don't really know why we had such a long highlight there if nothing was coming from it. Buckley with the free kick. Jake Wright has had a goal. That's the third disallowed goal in this game. Apparently this time for tripping another player. I don't even know who he tripped. Let's have a look. Who does Jake... I think that's Jake Wright. Who's he tripping? I mean, that guy fell over after the goal was scored. I don't think goals get disallowed for that. Right, Shane Phillips is shattered. We're going to bring on Mark Helm for him. Helm's not really a natural in that position, but with 10 minutes to go, he is probably a better quality player than Shane Phillips and is fitter. He's got more energy about him. Phillips is only on 67% condition at the moment, so it made sense to take him off. Look, we're just keeping the ball. 63% possession against a team looking for promotion, 2 divisions above us. They've only had 2 shots in the entire game. I mean, we've only had 2 on target. We've obviously been quite wasteful with all the possession that we've had. But look at how we're keeping the ball. We're a tier 7 team, everybody. This is... Oh, it's the second round. I thought we were deeper into the FA Trophy. How many rounds are there in the FA Trophy? Do we have to knock out the entire conference before we can win it? This has been satisfying. I'm enjoying myself, everybody. This is what 2019 is going to be like. Oh, 2019 is going to be the year of home. It's coming home, boys and girls. Who knew that all along we were talking about the FA Trophy? How many times am I going to use that gag this year? Mick Powell's in again. Forces the corner, and it should be Buckley over there to take. It is, and Powell's there again. Mick Powell has been all over the place in this match. Buckley again. I mean, he loves a second bite of the cherry, does Mr. Buckley. I'm tempted to make another substitution just to waste a little bit of time. We've still got 1 to use. I don't normally have a substitution left in the 91st minute, but I don't know who I'd take off. Stanley with a shot. We could probably take off Stanley, actually. Bring on Adam Levers. Levers isn't close to a winger, but he's an attacking midfield player. I'm sure he can hang out on the right-hand side of the pitch and be an attacking midfielder for 3 minutes. Powell's in again, and there is Levers, not on the right-hand side of the pitch, but who cares? Because Buckley's there, finds Carter. Carter's a centre-back, remember? All the way back to Critchlow Noble, who reminds us all that we're a Tier 7 team, just for a minute. If we were any better than that, we wouldn't have been knocked out of the FA Cup when we were. But look, we're just keeping possession again. I've never seen such a dominant possession performance against a team theoretically so much better than us. That bodes well for the rest of the season, boys and girls. Passionate, well done, lads. That was just superb. The FA Trophy run continues, and everyone knows trophies are more impressive than cups. So the FA Trophy was the one we all really wanted to win. But let's have a look to see when we're going to be back. We're just over halfway through the league season, so we're definitely going to check in a couple more times before the season ends. But if we carry on in the form we're in, the season's only ending one way. And what a delightful way that would be. Their badge is quite similar to ours from a distance. The load screens take so long. Right. Where are we? We're going to be back somewhere around here, I imagine. Whitby Town, FC United, Curzon Ashton, maybe with an FA Trophy game thrown in, depending on when that happens. Somewhere around there, then somewhere around there, and then we'll finish off the season, hopefully, as back-to-back champions, because that would be awesome. If you have enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.